You're welcome. I hope you're keeping it well. It's been a while, but finally, I am here with very, very good tips on business. I'm here to give you more information on business related areas. And of course, sometimes I also do money or I just mingle them together in the training and we'll see how this one goes. So today I want us to run tips on how to start a successful business, how to run a successful business, a profitable business, because it is not always obvious. There are so many people who start businesses and with the time they get to they don't really end up making the profit or the margins change and they don't get to really get to the place they wanted to go. So what are the secrets? What happens? And I am here to unveil so many things. I hope you'll be watching. I hope it will benefit you. I hope it will benefit your business. And I'm glad that you are here. So my name is Grace Moroki. I am the founder Uplift Management Limited. I'm glad to come and teach you business and also to run, because as I also teach, I also run, because I'm also running businesses. So it's not like I'm exempted from the whole thing. It's also part of what I do, and I am glad that even the things I get to discover on a daily basis, that I can just come and share them with all of us. So remember to subscribe to this channel so that when I get to also upload some other things, you'll be able to see them. So we'll be learning today on how to keep your business afloat through the seasons, and I'm glad that you are here to learn how to keep your business afloat, because it is not obvious. It is not obvious. So let's dive into it, and I hope it will be helpful to us. So, as I said, we'll be learning how to keep your business afloat through the seasons, and every business encounters different seasons in business. Every business encounters the different business seasons, and you need to get ready on what to do at each and every at that time. But I will not go into the discussion of different business seasons. I want to give you tips that will remind you through each and every season what your mandate is, why you started the businesses, the secrets that you should use in every season. These ones, they don't change, because the others may change. What you need to do when you are going through a recession, and what you need to do when you are going through a very profitable moment or season in your business is different for every business seasons. But for these ones, they don't change. So I'll start with the introduction, and I'll say the main aim of doing business is to make profits. I don't know whether there's someone who ever started a business. If it was not, the aim was not you to make something out of it, you should have gone ahead and started an NGO or or a help, so something to just help the society and such. But if you started a business, it means that you started it with the aim of making profits. So what happens so that in every season, even if you're not making the profit, how will you ensure that you remain there regardless of the season you are at? Profits are the ones that transition and help us to fulfill any other mandate we have in life. So the main mandate was to first we make a profit. Then if you want to go and build the society, if you want to go start let me not go into the visions, because each and every person has their own visions. But if you don't make the profit, if the business is not profitable, any other goal or purpose you have is as well as dead, because you need the resources, and the resources can only come from your profits. Now, the tip number one I will give you on how to run a successful business is you embracing a visionary mindset. Who is a visionary? Who is a visionary, or what is visionary mindset? You need to gain a revelation of where you are heading. I usually illustrate this thing like someone who is building. I'll go. My next tip, even if I'm going ahead of myself, it's you embracing a builder's mindset. But let me talk about a visionary. A visionary, for those people who are uh, who have ever come across the gift of insight, the people who enjoy the gift of insight, they tell you, I see you in 5 years at a certain place. And then you're wondering, how do I get there? So that is the same way that how we run businesses. It's you sitting down. If you're starting a manufacturing company, let's say, for example, you are manufacturing cars. If you're manufacturing cars, or maybe you are manufacturing like for those people who manufacture iron sheets. Let me just go into that because we are going to discuss about the builders. Those people who, or anything that you are manufacturing, you need to see the end product. That is the vision. Figure out how you want them to look like, and then you go back to the beginning of the business and try to discover how you get there. How do I get to this point where I have this product which looks like this? And then you start working towards it. So when you're starting a business, don't go starting a business because you saw your neighbor is in business. They look like they are selling what are they selling? Maybe something, just a certain product, maybe clothes, and you feel like they are doing very well. Is it your vision? Is it what you have been called to do? I've written in my notes that don't just do business, do it with a revelation. What is your main goal? Is this in line with your purpose in life? Is this what you want to wake up every day and do? Is it in line with what you have been called to do on a daily basis? Then work towards it. So when us we are seeing you starting a business, we don't know where you are heading because we are not the visionary. It's only the visionary who knows where they are going. So if I want to go and travel, maybe let's say to Mombasa, in my mind I know I'm going to Mombasa. But how do I get there? I need to take a flight, I need to take a train, I need to drive there, I need to take an express, whatever means you use. But you already saw the end product, and then now you are working towards it. So there are these people who start businesses and then they start asking people, do you think if I start selling chairs, I'll make profit? And people are like, yeah, because they always have an opinion anyway. So they'll be telling you like, yeah, the chair business is a very good business. So go into it. But you see, maybe you have not been called into such business. Maybe you don't understand the pros and cons of doing a chair business or manufacturing tables and such things. And then the moment you get into it, you get the hiccups and you retaliate back to where you were after losing your capital, after wasting your time, after wasting your energy, because it was not your vision. You'd rather take a little while before you start businesses rather than you starting a business that is not in relation to your vision, to your calling, to your purposes, to your goals. And then the moment you have gotten into it, you come to discover that, "Whoa, this was not my thing." It's an error because by the time you get there, you have already lost a lot of things. So now we have seen and we have heard of so many people who has even gone to investments, but just because they had that the world is heading in that direction, or their friends invested in such things. You don't have to be like them. It is okay to pick opinions. It is okay to understand what they are saying. It is okay also to try and understand why they are doing whatever they are doing. But the final decision remains with you. Is it your thing? In my notes I've included, do not be controlled by the worldly reasoning. It's okay to understand what the world is doing. It's okay to understand how things are being done and everything, but it's not the way things are going, it is not made that every other person should be heading in the same direction. It's okay to be different. You can be different, doing something different, and you'll still be okay watching other people do what the world may be thinking that this is the real deal. So is it in your calling? I've indicated there a verse from the Bible because I am a Christian and I am a believer in God. I am a believer in Christ, and I know your vision is God ordained. So the moment you start a business that is related to the vision that God has called you into, it can't fail, because every day you wake up with an insight of, what do I do today? So Romans 12 verse 2 says, do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. So my main point is part one of this verse. Do not conform to the patterns of this world. It's okay to understand how the world is heading, but what is in it that is of you? Yeah, the way it is what is happening in the normal world may be even what will influence your business, but pick that specific thing that is made and meant for you. Not everything is made and meant for you. Just pick and understand what is there for me in what is happening right now, and then you learn with it. So the other thing I'll say, let me first discuss this part before I leave this juncture, that this is also a verse in the Bible. It says, village life ceased. It is ceased in Israel until I, Deborah, arose a mother in Israel. And I would speak to this context in terms of business. There are so many people who sit down, see things getting worse and going in the opposite direction around where they are, and they don't get to discover that this is an opportunity that God has given them to start a business and bring a solution to the market, right? Because every business seeks to bring a solution or to create an opportunity or to fill a gap that has been left in the market. So if you're starting a business, what solution I'm sorry, what solution are you bringing to the table? What I'm sorry. What is the what is I'm sorry. What is that gap in the market that you have seen and you're trying to fill the gap? Now I will discuss the second tip. Embrace a builder's mindset. Who is a builder? A builder is someone who takes something low, transforms it um, to something useful, even to generations. What do I mean by that? A builder, for example, if someone is building a city or a mall, let's view it from that point. They get to get a picture in their vision. That's why we discussed the visionary mindset in point one. In their vision, they get to see a, a vision, and they can figure out how the mall or the city they are building looks like. And then in their moving towards it, they sit down and create strategies of how to build towards that way. So they get the raw materials. So for your business, what are the raw materials? What product do you want to sell? What services do you want to sell? What do you need to do that? What are the raw materials? What do you need? What are the kind of people you need? What are the kind of structures? And I'll be discussing structures in another point that you need. What kind of certificates or qualifications do you need? Or are you just going into it without understanding? And then when you get to a point where, for example, you have met the taxation or the revenue authority, and they are asking you, you need to get a compliance for you to do this kind of business, and you are like, I didn't know about that. I was not ready for that, and then you retaliate. Before then, again, you come back and invest some more resources. Time is moving, you have also wasted your energy, and it's just you trying to do things that you do not understand. The intention and goals determine how you build. So if your intention or your goal is to build a city, you'll go back to the drawing board and ask yourself, how much raw materials do I need? What kind of knowledge do I need? What kind of resources do I need? What kind of or amount of workforce do I need to do this? Why am I doing it? If you are doing it for example, for generational transformation, legacy creation, setting standards, you need to understand what kind of raw materials you need for you to build such thing. That also means if you're not a builder, that's why so many businesses started. People got the kind of products they wanted to sell, but they never moved from there. But the same kind of business, someone started it, someone started another, for example, if it's a bookstore, they started another store somewhere else, they started another branch somewhere else, they moved to another city and started the same kind of business. I am usually very amazed by some kind of agents, and I'll call them the M-Pesa agents. There are M-Pesa agents who start a single shop and they remain with it, and that's okay because it's business, it's an opportunity. There are so many other super agents who have branches throughout the whole country. In every town, they have a branch. So it's all in the builder's mindset. It's one thing to have a vision to start a business, it's another thing to be a builder. And that's where the difference comes from. Many businesses are started, people get the same idea because you rarely start a business that no one else has ever started anywhere. But different, only a few people or just a small percentage of them are builders. So do you have the builder's mindset, or are you starting a business just because you saw this kind of business is booming and this is the kind of business that I want to start? Or what's your aim? What's your aim? What's your goal? And then you get to work towards it. Now, I will discuss tip number 3, which is positioning. After you have embraced the vision that you have for the kind of business you want to start, After you have embraced the builder's mindset, you need to position yourself. Look for like-minded partners, readers, industry movers, and learn the tactics of your game. And for example, I'll go back to the same example I've used of a city. If you want to build like a mall today, in whichever country, there are people who have already built that such malls. You need to connect with them, or even if it's not with them directly, you need to go to such places and find out what happens around here. What am I bringing that is different from them? Or to what kind of standard has already been set, so that if I want to start a new level of standard, I will understand what I need to do to be different. Then you need to brand yourself rightly, because we usually say in business that you are the chief marketer of your business or whatever you are trying to sell to people. So if it's not branded right, um, if yourself you're not branded, if your company is not branded, you need to brand yourself in a way that you can enable everyone to understand your brand without you having to explain to them, so that you explaining yourself to them or you doing some extra marketing. And we'll discuss marketing in the last point. It will be just another added advantage to your brand. So position yourself. If you're starting a business, understand what kind of market works for you. Who are your target customers? Then go and start your business there. We have seen so many people who have very good and great ideas in business, but they get to start their businesses in the long target markets. So what happens? The moment you start in the long target market, you have the right product, you have the right pricing, but you are in the wrong market. So you don't have you are not positioned rightly for your clients. And then you find people saying that business is not working, or what. And when you come to research about it, it's the positioning, it's the way they positioned their business, even the localities and such. It's like you going to start a mall, for example, in a village where people don't even understand what is a mall, what happens there. They don't even have they don't need even the amenities that you have put in that mall. So you put up so many structures expecting like business people to come and like rent your structures, but you see it's in a village. And most people, for example, if you go put up so many rentals, most people are living in their homes. So do they even need those rentals? Positioning affects a lot of businesses, and you'd rather go slow in on it. You'd rather delay um your final kick it, or you delay your duration of kicking up the building or something. For example, for those who are doing actual business locations, because nowadays there are businesses which don't really need to be in a specific place. You only need maybe one office somewhere, but that it depends with the kind of products or services you're offering. But again, positioning is key. And we'll discuss that even in marketing, the way you market yourself, the positioning you give your business, so that when you are marketing it, the kind of people you market it to determines how far and how fast you move. So tip number four, I'll discuss business structures. Now, this is one of the also most challenging things that happens to businesses, because many people start businesses, as I said, and then they sit and they wait for clients to come. But now let's assume you got the right vision, you embraced the right builder's mindset, you got the right positioning, and now you are already in business. So as you kick off, what do you need to do? You need to put up business structures. Many business people fail to understand that the structures you introduce to your business grow with it. If you the moment you start running your business on day one, day two, day three, the day you bring in number one, you need to understand that you as the as, as the founder of that business, you are employee number one. So the way you start operating that business, most people, and especially private businesses, they operate in a way that is not even professional. What do I mean by that? That they don't even keep their records. I mean they don't even learn official ways of addressing their clients, because most of them are going to their networks and they know and understand the people they are dealing with at first from a certain point. Um, they don't bring up the right structures, even in terms of finances, in terms of marketing. And then the moment you bring in another team to assist you, let's assume your business has grown, they come and embrace the same culture that you have been learning with. This on being, because you cannot change people unless you start with yourself. So what are the structures you put up in your business that helps your business to run smoothly, and that also makes the business to run independently as a business? Because if your business needs you on a daily basis, if your business cannot operate without you being there on a daily basis, it means that something is wrong somewhere. It means that something is not right. You need to operate your business in a way, even if you are not to report uh, in your office for the next 1 or 2 or 3 weeks, that um, business will still continue as usual. Business will continue as usual. Accountability and operational authenticity is controlled through business structures. That's why you need to put up financial structures. And I've said here in the sideline that five basic elements of a business management structure is you putting up a good production system. If you're producing any goods from scratch, from the raw materials, if it's not retail or reselling or wholesale or some such things, you need to put up the right production systems and quality ones, because there's no way you're going to produce quality products, quality services, if you're not using the quality materials, quality machines, and quality everything to manufacture them. Then you need to put up procurement systems. How do you buy your business materials? What channels do you use? Do you have the right systems that control your procurement systems? Can you track your purchases from the moment you put up an order, from the moment you received your delivery, from the moment you got to pay? Can you track it out through? Or you have just created a channel where you just remove money from your pocket, you pay for something, it's not recorded anywhere, and then later on when something happens, you can't even claim something as simple as what do they call it, a warranty, because maybe you bought a machine or an equipment somewhere, they gave you a certificate and they said it has 1 or 2 years warranty, then something happens and you can't even confirm. You can't take it back to the people who sold it to you, because you didn't even have use the right procurement system to purchase that item or the equipment. Also, maybe you're selling things or goods that get expired within some time. So what is the agreement you have with your suppliers that they need to sell you goods which are within this time date, so that they don't get expired in your stores? Or do you have the leeway to get to return them back to your supplier? It depends with the systems you have put up, and how do you even control them. If you are putting up things in stores for those people who do like wholesale and retail businesses, if you don't have the right systems, how will you know that something is almost getting expired? Or do you even confirm which kind of system you use to receive goods? When we were doing um, procurement studies, and we used to learn about REFO and FIFO. Which system do you use in a company, in your company? But you see, if you create a culture where nothing is serious, you're not even serious yourself, even the people you get to employ later on, They will just come and continue doing what you are doing as a person, and it might not go so well with you. Now, so some other structures is the sales and marketing systems, the human resource system, financial systems. In most companies, I got employed in a place where when I went for the interview, I was interviewed for a certain position, but over time I ended up working in every department on a single day because there are no structures. There were no structures. And so I couldn't differentiate myself from a salesperson, from a procurement person, from a managerial person. Yes, it works well towards me because I changed my mindset and I decided that I'm going to use that um, as a step up to learning how businesses learn and how to gain skills in different other departments. But for those people who are who don't have that leeway, or for big organizations, because it was not that huge, it brings a lot of confusion. So you need to set up your structures, human resource structures. When did you get, or do you have a record of when you employ your employees? When are they going for the leave days? Because it is there, it is allowed in law, and they can even sue you for it if you don't even know. They can sue you for it. So put up the right structures, because so that you don't bring in confusion. The financial systems, as I was saying, do you just pay for this? Do you just deposit and withdraw checks and money from your accounts? Where are your records? Do the right bookkeeping for your own company, so that even if for example, even the tax man comes, how will you prove that whatever you have deposited is the right amount, that these transactions is what you have declared in your tax issues? But we'll come to later on to study about taxation and what happens in taxation, maybe in another class or webinar. So as I had said earlier, opportunities meets preparedness. So how prepared you are, the kind of structures you have. There are people who can't even trade with you. There are people who can't give you business if you don't have the right structures. So before they even engage with you, they come to visit your office, visit your business, see the amount of stock you have. Even if you are trying to seek for a financial facility from an institution, they have to come and confirm that you are able, that you have the right structures, that they are assured that their money will get back to them. So are you business ready? Or you are just starting business for the sake of everyone is running into the business world, and I need to stay afloat, and uh, I need to keep up with the pace of what is happening. Yeah, so let's move on. So the last tip I will discuss is marketing. Marketing, and as I had mentioned earlier, I had mentioned it a bit in some other points, and I said after all the systems have been set, you need to create awareness to the market, because people don't know you, they don't know what you're selling, you're just very new, you have just come in. I get very amazed when people think that you are just going to start a business, you put a very big even billboard somewhere, and then you keep quiet and don't do anything else about it. There are so many other marketing strategies today you can use. You can even use digital marketing. Nowadays, every digital platform, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, it's a marketing platform. And there are so many clients there waiting for your products. Sometimes the things you are selling, you cannot market them to the through the digital marketing to the whole world, but you can do targeted marketing. Like if you are living in a certain area, for example Nairobi, and you know that your goods can be bought by people who are just within that locality, you can do target marketing through the digital platform in a way that it won't even share it to some other people in other localities, but you get to benefit to sell to the people around you. So I've written on the sideline some other marketing strategies. You can do networking, that is telling people about it when you go to your chamas for women, when you go to the gatherings, when you go to networking forums for business people. You can go and talk about it when you go to business forums. You can link with people you have done some other interactions with before and market yourself. But networking really works when someone, if you go and for example, sell a product to someone and you offer them the right services, you give them the right quality of products, it works very well during referrals because those people go and refer you to their friends, to their colleagues, to their other business networks and tell them when they want someone to sell them. For example, when we were discussing about chairs, if you are selling like furniture for offices, office furnitures, and I meet someone who also has an office and they want to change their office furniture, I'll tell them, this, I have someone who sold me some good quality office furniture. You see, just because through networking, you networked with me, you gave me the right services when I gave you business. Out of that, I get to refer you to someone else, and it has really worked well for so many businesses. Then you can do promotions, maybe in supermarkets for those who do products. You can go to market through when it's market day. You can do different promotions. There are those people who use the promotion vehicles moving out and about. But again, you need to understand the restrictions because sometimes you need to get the authority from maybe the local council or something, the city councils or whatever they are called in your area, and you need to get the licenses so that you are allowed to move around if you just want to go around moving. But it's also a way of marketing, and especially if you're selling products. I've seen that happen with so many people who sell phones. They go out into different localities, markets, just marketing the phones and giving offers and discounts as per the next point to people so that they get to increase their sales. You can also use nowadays influencer marketing. You go to people who have a large crowd of people and you pay them something small so that they can market your products in their platforms. And it has worked for so many people, but you need to be careful so that you are also not conned out of it. You can also go, if you're selling products and services, you can go to workshops and exhibitions for show your goods and services, and then you get to just introduce yourself to the market, and you never know uh, what you get out of it. You never know what happens out of it. So that's it for today. And again, welcome to Uplift Management. Part of our business or our services that we offer to you is trainings. Like for these ones, just bringing you enlightening you on different aspects on business, finances, and career as we go ahead, just bringing you to the light of what you need to do because information is available. But you can also consult with us if you want to start your business, if you want to register a business and you don't know where to start, you can consult with us, of course, at a fee, but it is very affordable because we have created it with you in mind. We also do taxation returns for companies who don't want to employ permanent tax employees or accountants per se. So we combine it with bookkeeping, management, reports and such on a monthly basis so that you stop running businesses just another kiosk. You need to understand where you are where you are heading, the magnitude of your transactions, what you need to change so that you don't just wait through the end of the year and then your auditor comes and tells you you made a profit or a loss. And sometimes, or even most of the times, I've come to discover I usually say I am a transformational coach. The reason being, transformational coaching means just a minute. Yeah, I was saying I usually say I am transformational coach, because transformational coaching is when you get to train people on matters of business, finances, career, or whichever area depending on what you consult with us. But not just because I want to give you report books, but not just because I want to give you so many accounting reports because I'm an accountant by profession, but I need you to understand where you are heading. I need you to understand what is happening to your business. And that's why, for me, I don't like waiting for allowing you to wait until the end of the year. Most people, when the auditors come to their business at the end of the year, they they offer them the auditing services per year for the sake of doing taxation returns, and they also get to pay the income tax. But I love giving you monthly consultation on the performance of your business. I get to give you management reports because I need you to understand what happened to your business in September. Did it go up? Did the transactions go up? Did you gain any profit? What's the magnitude of your expenses? What do you need to cut down on? What's the flow of your cash flow? Are your controls in line with what you intended to do when you started? We discussed the first tip as a vision. You being a visionary, the vision you had for your business, is that this is the way you wanted to run it, or have has things moved in the opposite direction and you don't get to understand it because you don't get to dig into your books. So I'm a transformational coach because I want you to transform your business from January through to December. Every month, you doing something that makes your business grow little by little. But when most people, or when most business people start their businesses, they start their businesses and they don't get uh, to even understand whether they made a profit or not. They don't even concentrate much on it. They just wait for the auditor to tell them we are going to pay this much to the Kenya Revenue Authorities, and then when you give them the reports, that's what I've discussed about for the few people I've visited in their offices. When you give them the report for the financial year after the audits, they don't even read it through. They just put them in some somewhere, just somewhere they put them there, and then they wait for the next year because they are doing it for formality. But that is the wrong notion. That's why I'm not your final year auditor. I work as a transformational auditor, internal auditor, coming into your books, digging into them, understanding how your workers work, understanding how your employees work. What do you need to change? What is are you following the right track, or do you need to change things before your business goes down? And that's what I do to your business. So that's it. I hope you'll consult with us. I'll be sharing on this other side. You can follow us, of course, on Facebook. We are on Facebook on Uplift Management Limited. It's our Facebook page. You can also follow us on LinkedIn, Uplift Management Limited. And I am on TikTok doing business there and giving you information, tips on business. Grace Moroki Uplift. YouTube, of course, Grace Moroki, founder Uplift Management Limited, and our email address, and of course the WhatsApp line, so that you can contact us when you have anything that you want us to offer to you. So that's it for today. I am very glad that you are here, that you got to watch this webinar. I hope it will help someone who is intending, especially to start a business, or if you have just started, you need to align your structures, you need to align your vision, you need to embrace the builder's mindset so that you don't get to close it sometime, maybe after some years or some months. But because when you embrace the builder's mindset, you get to see far and you lay the right foundation because you want your house to start. And that is my closing shot for this webinar. So God bless you. Contact us through any of our platforms. I'll be glad to see you benefit from our services. Thank you very much. See you in another webinar.